Hey everybody, it's Pastor Mike from Grace. Thanks for joining me again today as I sit outside here at Grace, enjoying the beauty of our campus and thinking about how the Bible is speaking to me today. Sometimes there's books of the Bible or certain passages from the Bible that will often kind of reveal themselves over and over again for whatever reason. And for me lately, that has been the book of Job. And you might think, well, that's because of the coronavirus and the whole COVID-19 situation that we're faced with, and that's why you're faced with Job. In reality, it's been for other reasons that I've been coming across Job, just a natural order of things, and it's caused me to stop and say, what is it from Job that you want me to see? What is it from Job that you're trying to get me to hear today? And one of the things that strikes me about Job is this is a book about this guy who had horrible things happen to him. I mean, he loses all of his wealth, he loses his health, and ultimately he loses his children. And this happens in a very short period of time. It's just a horrible, tragic situation. And when that happens, these friends come over to visit with him. And what do friends do when tragic things happen? They try to explain it. They talk and they talk and they talk. And in the end, the things that they say weren't helpful at all. And they weren't from God either, which is essentially what God in the end comes out and says. Because God comes out in the end after all these guys have done all this talking. And he essentially, if I might paraphrase, says, who do you think you are anyway? And I think about that in chapter 38, when he says, God is speaking in this passage, and he says, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. In other words, who do you think you are? I'm God. I'm the one who created all things, and you're going to sit there and try and tell me about what's going on. And I think in the midst of the craziness, and we all kind of have opinions on things, and we all are sharing our thoughts on everything, and maybe what we really need to do is be quiet before God and ask him, what is it that you want me to hear? What is it that you want me to understand? What is it that you want me to learn today? And I think when I look at the book of Job, the thing that strikes me the most about the book of Job, beyond God's sovereignty in the midst of all things and his all-knowing, is this beautiful blurb of the gospel right in the middle of it in chapter 19. And it says this, and it says there in chapter 19, it says, for I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. Look, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to be silent and to hear? That my Redeemer lives, and at last he will stand upon the earth. And whatever happens from this day forward, we know that our Redeemer lives. I look forward again, as always. I say this every time. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait for us all to be back together again. I look forward to that day. In the meantime, though, remember this: at least our Redeemer lives. God bless you guys. See you later.